Sooner Scoop HD.
I know the team win, team success is more important, but for him, with the 18 points on Wednesday, maybe what stood out to you about maybe the way he was scoring, maybe the way he was seeing the floor? Did it seem like maybe some things clicked for him?
Well, some things that he was doing was he was finishing. Sometimes you've seen him go in there so, I don't want to say out of control, but so fast, and then he'll fall down on the ground because he's going so fast. I thought he was under control, and he was jumping, north-south. He was jumping up instead of long jumping and just throwing it up there. I thought he was really aware of finishing. And, he had a game the other day where he was like 2 for 10 or 3 for 10. And he had like 7 at the rim layups that he just kind of flew. I thought he finished much better. What did he finish? 8 for 12 or something? I just thought that having your body control, he's got tremendous speed, tremendous athleticism, tremendous strength. And I thought his body control going up to finish was much better.
You talked about kind of, there's a lot of potential in his athleticism, but he's a little raw, things that he needs to develop. Is something like a game like that where he is finishing, he's being a little bit more precise? How important is a performance like that for him to point back to and say, hey, this is the potential you have?
Well, I just think for him, he's a freshman in this league, and for him to be able to just continue to get better and gain confidence. We showed him a bunch of clips defensively, and as we do every game, of things that he can do better. He works on his shot. I think that's the next stage in his development. But for him, he's, like Lowe said it the other day, the more minutes you get, the more the game starts to slow down to you. I think when he first got thrust into it, he was going so fast, and I think the game's slowing down to him. Like I saw him on defense in a stance, and then he shot the gap, changed speeds, and shot the gap for a steal and a dunk. So you're seeing the game slow down to him the more minutes he gets. But it's good to see. It's good to see him gaining his confidence. Poured a lot in. You don't see a lot of true freshmen at any level right now, much less this level, start and put together a game like those two did. But unequivocally, what I love about those guys, it was about what can we do to win. And that's the culture of the program that needs to be, is that young guys coming up, it's about what do we need to do to win.
Justin. You touched on it, but to build off that with Lowe, just what has impressed you the most about the way he's handled being thrusted into this role in the Big 12?
That he's been so open to learning. He's stayed humble. He has stayed like a sponge, trying to learn and get better and do those things. In the age of this, of the spotlight, the way it is on young guys to be starting at this highest level, sometimes you can see an entitlement or a foot off the gas pedal, and he has been steadfast of just trying to improve every day. What do we need to do to win? What do we need to do to get better? And that has really impressed me with Los.
You talk about recruiting winners in the past. I know it's just one of the many factors, but on the recruiting trail, seeing a guy like Lowe's who's coach's son, older brothers who have played college ball, just how much does that factor into it, or just how much does that make you confident that he's going to be able to do what he's doing in his first year?
So, unequivocally, you can ask my staff. Like, I was like, first times I saw him, I was like, I loved him. And then the more you dug into him, got to know him. Like I said, is a coach's son. And then, by the end of the summer, he won that Adidas thing. I watched almost every game, so many of his games, and watched how many he won. And, his prep school team won. And that's, in high school, he won when he played for his dad. And so that all is big factors for me. And, I think that was, and Ortega played for a great prep school coach, one of the best in the business at Blair, Joe Mantegna. So that pedigree, winning pedigree, is such a foundation moving forward with this recruiting.
With the COVID year, senior day, sometimes you don't know. I'm sort of, is Jalen Hill going to be part of it? Have you had discussions about maybe what he's doing with the future?
Yeah, I think you're seeing all over the country. We did it last year with Moja. Guys that have their COVID year, if you have 2 senior nights, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Because so many guys want to, see their professional opportunities, what are there. So I think you're seeing it all over the country. I'd rather have 2 than 0, in case they go on to that. So we got a bunch of guys that are COVID seniors, and I think you're seeing all over the country that we've opted to have rather have 2 or whatever it chooses to, what does it hurt to have them?
And then actually Tuesday about Bijan, day to day, and obviously he played Wednesday. Can you sort of take us through the process of how that happened?
Yeah, he's back. He's back. It's great to see him back. You know, he's got his bounce in his step, smile on his face, and that's the number one thing. I mean, it really is for Bijan. We're just so happy he's back with us, and you know, did some good things in the game, and just getting your feet wet back going again. But he's full blown back, ready to go. We'll be playing tomorrow, you know, and hopefully he has a great game.
Is this last game, you know, just kind of about pride and, you know, trying to finish the season on a high note?
We're going in there to, you know, try to win the game. You know, it's just, you know, for a lot of things. You know, momentum to go into the Big 12 tournament. You know, obviously it's another quad 1 win. I until every path closes for me, you know, I just think that's, you know, what competitiveness is. I think competitiveness is when one path closes, find another one. We were really trying to sweep that road trip. We thought if we could sweep a quad 1 road trip against 2 ranked teams, we'd be in the conversation. We did the first time, we didn't, the path closed on us on that conversation. But I think competitiveness in life, and I've talked to our guys, is when one path closes down, are you going to be competitive to find another one opening up? And that's what I talk to guys. We've got to open up another path now. Until it's all over, that's when you'll see me not competing, trying to find a way, win, build our culture, play the right way. Until you tell me we don't have any more games left. That's the way I approach every game.
Sooner Scoop HD.